typical day, we see many patients. 99% of them are female. We perform breast imaging exams. That could be a breast mammogram, an ultrasound, or a clinical exam. Patients are here to find out if they have breast cancer. Well, I just celebrated my 20th anniversary here at Duke. And how I actually got into this profession was I actually was an elementary education major, and several of my friends were in radiology school, and I got to hear all of their stories about working in the ER, working in X-ray, all the different places they went, ultrasound, CT, and that sounded much more like what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people, and I knew then that I needed to be in the medical field instead of in the teaching field. I started out in Kentucky. I did my prerequisites at Ashland Community College. It's part of University of Kentucky, where I then moved to Morehead State University and did a 2-year program for radiology and achieved my associates in applied science. My very first job out of school was working at Pettier-Clay Regional Medical Center. It was a 106-bed hospital, a little bit smaller than Duke is today. It was a 40-hour weekend X-ray job, diagnostic X-ray, and then I also worked for an orthopedist during the week part-time. The stresses that I encounter in this job are twofold. The first part being that all the patients that come in, they are worried about having cancer. So the environment here is very stressful. The women are very anxious. So dealing with the patients, the high anxiety level can be very stressful throughout my day. The other stress that is more on the technologist level for me is that knowing that each time I have a person's breast in my hand at the machine, that I'm holding her life or his life in my hands. If I'm having an off day, that can affect their whole life. Well, the things that make my day positive are the patients. Having that stressful exam, the woman comes in, she's nervous, but you get her through it. And a patient, it's like having a present. You're able to open them up, to get them to talk to you, get them through that exam. And whether they receive bad news or good news, it's being there to comfort them and get them through. And a lot of times it's big old hugs at the end of the exam. That's the positive part of the exam. I would definitely suggest this career. It's been very rewarding for me personally. When you start out in radiology, that's very general, and then you can choose CT, MRI, ultrasound. There are many places to go. Mammography provides you with that special bond with that patient. It is the intimate setting. It provides you with a special skill set that you can take anywhere around the world. Mammography is performed globally, and you can take that with you wherever you go. My role at Duke is important because I am able to aid in the detection, in the diagnosis of cancer. I can participate in research projects that help us learn to prevent breast cancer. I feel like I can make a difference.